All right, so in this section, we will learn the object-oriented concept. First, we'll learn what is object-oriented programming concept. And then we'll learn the object and class. Then we'll learn the access modifiers. Then we'll learn some naming conventions. And we'll have a look at constructors. And then we'll play around with packages. And then we'll put together what is a static keyword and how the heck can I use it? And then we're going to cover nested and inner classes. So stick with me. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Object-oriented program, OOP, or OOP, is a method of designing and implementing software. So it covers a pretty broad range. But the primary purpose of object-oriented programming is to increase the flexibility and maintainability of programs. It simplifies the software development process and the maintenance process by providing some concepts. And these concepts are object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. So we're going to cover these subjects in detail in the upcoming slides. First, I want to start with the object-oriented concept. Object and class. So a class, it's a group of similar entities, right? An object can be defined as an instance of a class. So objects are often used to model real-world objects that you find in everyday life. A Java object is a self-contained component which consists of methods and properties. An object contains an address and takes up some space in memory. A class doesn't consume any memory space. So an object has three characteristics. It has a state, behavior, and an identity. So coming up in the next slide, we're going to try to understand the characteristics. Characteristics of object. So just as I promised, an object has three characteristics. It has a state, behavior, as well as identity. The state represents the data of an object. Now, the behavior represents the action of an object, such as start, stop, etc. Identity is used internally by the Java virtual machine to identify each object uniquely, right? So the value of ID is not visible to the external user. So let's think about maybe a car, and let's call it a Ferrari. The color is red. The model is 2015. These are the states, right? So this car starts and stops. So starting and stopping are behaviors. Object and class example. So let's make an example with objects and class. For instance, we define a car class, and the properties of an object car would be model, color, and year. An object also executes some actions. A car is capable of performing the following actions, right? Start, stop, and accelerate. Now, as you can see on the slide, for different values of properties, model, color, year, in the class car, we will get different car objects. So in our example, we have one class, but we also have three objects. Cool. Class declaration. Every Java application must have at least one class definition. A class is declared by use of the class keyword. The class body is enclosed between curly braces, The data of the variables are defined in the class, and these variables are called instance variables. The action code is written in the method, and all code blocks are in the class body. So variables and methods are defined in the class, and these are members of the class. Creating an object. An object is created from a class. In Java, the new keyword is used to create new objects. And as you can see here in the slide, we created my car as an object from the car class by using the new keyword. So car, my car, equals new car. And here, my car, the object, is the reference which holds the memory address of the car object.